Hello, me hearties. A very, very good morning to you. It is me, Scottie Mcclue, the world's top broadcaster and the first lord of the internet. And we're streaming live for you. This is the first of our morning podcasts. So there we are. We're used to being on, of course, at 8 o'clock in the evening through until 10 o'clock in the evening. But I thought what I'd do this morning is just see who's about and have a bit of a catch up and a bit of a chit chat. And we'll try these things. It's all a question of trying stuff out to see what suits everybody when you're live streaming, of course. Very, very important because we're building up from the start. And as you know, Scottie Mcclue has built up many, many radio stations, many live streams over the years. So we've got an idea what we're doing. Dinky do, Scottie, says the wonderful J-Dog Gaming. Good morning, J-Dog. How amazing. You're up and about nice and sharp this morning. And this, of course, is the first of our live streams in the morning. So I thought we'd see how it was. Joseph says, good morning, sir. Good morning. David Taylor, good morning, Scottie. Good morning, David. Excellent stuff. I'm so glad you could all join me this morning. That's tremendous stuff. Just to see how our live streams go AM as opposed to PM. And we can get the chat going. The Skype is open, of course, if you'd like a chat. And trusted people come up and see what is what. Another beautiful, warm morning this morning as well. Of course, fantastic. So just ideal for a live stream. We'll see how long we stay on, of course. That depends on how much information, education, and entertainment you wonderful people are getting from the stream and how much education, information, and entertainment is coming back. Good morning. I'm out walking the dog, says James Bauer. Good morning, James. The live streams are going from strength to strength. They certainly are, David. The sun always shines on the righteous, says Joseph. Well, Joseph, they don't come more righteous than your good self. So there you are. Fantastic. Everybody give me a like, please, this morning. Just tap like to say, yes, we like the streams, Scottie. Fantastic. There we are. That would be brilliant. And we'll see how everything goes because until you try it out, who knows? But it's rather a nice idea to say, well, let's just do it, you know? A bit strange, schools are now sending us all back at the same time after moving tables for social distancing purposes. Now, J-Dog, what's reaching you then? I mean, what info are you getting? It's a warm one today, around 28 come 3 p.m. Right, I shall try and not go grass cutting at 3 p.m. then. Fantastic. Any more likes, please? We always welcome a wee like, dinky-doo, and we'll share just to let everybody know that we're on because being the first one, only a handful of very switched-on people will know that we're on. Can we take bets on that, Scottie, says Joseph. What, bets on you being righteous? Oh, do we have to? You shook me. You surprised me. So there we. No, I'm not actually a gambling man, Joe. So we'll have to just assume that, as always, Mcclue is correct, 100% correct. Going golfing today at 3 o'clock. Oh, J-Dog, it'll be a hot one. So there you are. Are you going on one of these wonderful golf courses with superb views? So there we go. I don't know if you've seen Mcclue's view of Inverclyde. It's quite outstanding. So there we are. And that would be taken probably about maybe, I wonder if it's 2 years or 3 years even ago, round about today. So there we are. Incredible, beautiful, beautiful weather. Because, as you know, Inverclyde can just bask in the sunshine with the Roseneath Peninsula lying there like some great alligator wonderful part of the world. Lovely to have you all with us. Good morning. If you've just joined us, I'm going to do a bit of sharing. So if you could share with me and we'll see if we can build up our stream this morning. Let's find out who is out and about. So I shall just go to the live pick that up. Fantastic. And we'll get it sent round. So golfing, you're a golfing man now. You see, I don't golf. And I've probably said this before, but somebody rang me once and they said, Scottie, I think I can get you into the golf club. And I said, oh, right. And he said, it's very, very exclusive and very prestigious. You know, it'll do you no harm at all. And I said, well, don't go to any bother because I don't golf. So, yeah, but I'm not sure how much golf was played with the rest of them. So there we are, wonderful stuff. But do enjoy J-Dog. Fantastic. Have you got a number one wood? And have you got a good putter? That's it. Apparently, some really good golfers only need 2 clubs. Maybe three at a push. My uncle once took me to the golf course, and another uncle had given me some old clubs, which were, would it be hickory shafts on them? Is that right? They were very, 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 very old. And I said, what do you think of these? He went, oh, for goodness sake, you wouldn't be allowed on the course with these. It said that golf reduces stress levels. I think it increases my stress levels. Wonderful. What's your handicap, J-Dog? Yes, and do you see off a lot of people when you're playing? The people say, not playing with him again is remarkable. That, I would imagine, would be the case with you. So there we are. Now I'm just going to do a bit of sharing, guys. So stick with me. Let's get a bit of sharing done and tell everybody what is going on, and we'll just enjoy our first stream. Wonderful, 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 because I get people moaning at me at night saying, I have to work at night, so I don't get you during the day. What is / was your sport of choice, Scottie? Have you tipped as a rugby man? Yes, I was a rugby man. I was a rugby player. I was a second row forward. Down first. Boom! Right in there. So I was a second row forward. And also sailing was my thing. And rowing. And when I put rowing in my CV, it came up as rowing. People thought, Scottie Mcclue, well, he does a lot of rowing, doesn't he? Well, with the people, yes. McAvoy, top of the morning to you. Lovely to have you watching us from the county of Cork. Fantastic. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our first morning live stream, McAvoy. My handicap is 28. The reason for that is because I haven't been in any competitions yet. J-Dog, how long have you been golfing? Since you were a tiny, I ask you. Right, I'm going to share on Facebook, guys, and let them know. Although I think one platform doesn't always like to push another one. Hello, Scottie. Can I Skype you possibly? Says Robster. Don't know, Robster, because the Skype, I've really got to watch the Skype, particularly in the mornings. And I don't think we've spoken before. John Jackson, 3 thumbs up. Fantastic. Lovely to have you with us. So there we are. So the Skype is for the very, very, very experienced and trusted. I'll just say that we're live now, guys. I think that's best because sometimes you just spell it out for some people. Have you noticed that? They go, so what would be involved in that? You think, oh, for goodness sake, how much do I have to tell you? So there we are. So I'll just say that we're live now, and I'll post that up on Facebook, and we'll see who comes and joins us. The wonderful Robert Scrimgeour is with us this morning. Good morning, Scottie. Morning coffee with Scottie. You should do the front pages of the papers. All this might come, you see. Since I was 7, Scottie, J-Dog, that's fantastic. There you are. Did your father take you golfing, or your uncle, or your mum? You know, it's fantastic. That's brilliant. McAvoy says, can you say hello to my 2 little boys, Mason and Corey? Mason and Corey, welcome to Scottie Mcclue's live stream live on YouTube just for you, where we say dinky doo. Fantastic. Lovely to have you with us this morning. Any more likes going, guys? Like. Every little helps. My granddad, Scottie. J-Dog, fantastic. Wonderful. So he's obviously been quite an example to you as well. I was very lucky. I had my granddad until I was 14. And he was 89. He was nearly 90. He was in his 90th year. And he was a wonderful, lovely man to have. In fact, I may have a picture of him. 2 seconds. I think I have a picture of him. There we are, my granddad. Yes. Have I got a picture? I showed pictures the other night, and I was just wondering if I'd shown you one of my granddad. And he was a great example. He was tremendous. Just a lovely, lovely guy. He was born in 1881. So he was born the same day that Greenock Town Hall buildings, the Victoria Tower, were opened. He was born that day. That's him there. That's Grandpa J-Dog. And he was a terrific influence on me. You know, he was a brilliant singer, and he was a great one for reciting poetry. And that was him. That was Neil. So there you are. Wonderful man. There, and he lived in Argyll, in Argyll. Thanks, Scottie. All smiles they were. Of course, everybody loves a bit of chat. Somebody said to me the other day, McAvoy, what does your stream consist of? And I said, talking with people. He went, oh, I can't see that taking off. I said, are you kidding? Everybody likes to have a chat. You know, it's very, very important. And I think that because we are what we are, you know, it's what the people make it. I love that. So there we go. Yes, he's an amazing golfer, but his brother was even better and won junior championships at St Andrews. Now, Scottie Mcclue did a video, so that shows you how long ago it was, on St Andrews and on golf. There you go. What about that? I'll try and gain more trust so I can Skype you, Scottie, sometimes. Robster, yes, I'm sorry about that because I'm sure you're 100% trustworthy. But I got let down by a couple of wee dafties who said a naughty word, and I don't want that going into people's homes first things in the morning. And, you know, it's a bit of a nuisance from that point of view. But please don't take that as any slight. We will build up a trusted list. Any more likes, guys? That's fantastic. And any more sharing? Because the Skype is a fantastic idea. And nationally and internationally, we could all be chatting. Everybody could chat with Scottie Mcclue. And that's what people have been doing for 28 years this coming Monday. 28 years. I understand, Scottie, it's no problem. So it's nothing to do with you, Robster. It's a general rule I have to watch, as long as you know that, you know, because it's very easy to take something personally and think, why, what's wrong with me? As if I would, you know, it's that sort of idea. But you think to yourself, right, well, don't do it. You know, and then we will build up a list and we will get people coming on. I'm just telling everybody on the big Scottie Mcclue page that we are live now. Do you think the mornings might be a gentler chat? Remember, I'm used to doing mornings on the radio, big morning program on the radio, and almost 250,000 people joining us for that. So that's why I'm so confident that when the word gets round and everybody knows Mcclue's on, this will go very, very big. So many dafties on last night. Yes, J-Dog, they seem to just kind of target the program. I would imagine they all text each other and go, I'll do this and you do that. But these are not the people we're looking for in the stream. We're looking for people who are with us, people who love the stream, people who want to say interesting things. And of course, as you know, your good self included, it's the intelligentsia who are joining us at nights now. And I think that's incredible. So it's become a very interesting program. I think the morning ones are calmer, but a lot of people are at work during the morning. Well, you see, when I was on the radio, if you think a lot of people drive for work, a lot of people, taxi drivers, a lot of people go out on business, a lot of people commute, a lot of people travel. So all these people were getting the morning program. They were picking it up. So there we go. And I remember one morning, there was a huge hold up on the motorway between Edinburgh and Glasgow. And somebody phoned from their van, their white van, and they said, Scottie, we're on the motorway and we're stuck. And I said, what's wrong? Oh, it's a huge hold up. I said, if everybody's on the motorway and you're listening to Scottie Mcclue right now on Scot FM, toot your horn. Well, you want to have heard it. It was the funniest thing under the sun. All these horns going on the motorway to say they were listening to Scottie Mcclue. Huge, huge business. And we still will do huge business, you know. You've got the doubting Thomases. They go, Scottie Mcclue, he must be about 1 million now. I thought he was dead. Is he still living? Oh, all that. Yes, I think it's better for people in the morning as it's less busy. Absolutely, Robster. Scottie, have any children? I have 4. 3 boys, 1 girl, a full house. Fabulous, McAvoy. Are they all little ones, or are they all at different stages? Are they all much of a muchness age-wise, maybe a year or 2 between them? That sort of thing. Fantastic. You know, they are lucky people, and so are you. Wonderful, having a dad like you, McAvoy. And I'm very interested in all your production work. You said you'd given it up. What sort of things did you do? So there we are. I'm just going to share, guys, with a big group. Got to tell them live now. Got to tell them live now. There we go. And we'll share with the Scottie Mcclue fan group, because there's 3,000 of you on that. And that's always a good thing, I think. Share a group. There we are. Just let everybody know that we are live. Wonderful. So, 4 lovely young people and yourself there. Listen to a report this morning. Says Joe, can I call you Joe, Joseph, or do you prefer Joseph? Listen to a report this morning about global warming. Apparently, the overall temp in the world is up due to there being less smog pollution in the skies. Yes, it will be, but you see, what people forget, and usually you get this global warming when you get a bitterly cold winter, everybody goes, global warming, you know, and you think, no, but the world has been gently warming up for millions of years, because you see, we had the ice age, and then the ice was melted by global warming. It's so simple. You know, we just have to watch. People will start moving about soon, and a lot of the world will become desert. But the earth repairs so cleverly. There's one at 2 years, says McAvoy, one at 5 years, 8 years, and 14 years. So there you are, fantastic. Have you any kids, Scottie? No, McAvoy, I am not blessed with children. It's quite interesting. I have Labradors, and I always remember helping out one time, and a lady said to me, she said, can you stick that sock on the wee one for me? And I said, oh, he doesn't seem to want it. She said, oh, give it here, for goodness sake. Have you never put a sock on a wee one before? I said, no. She said, what about your own wee ones? I said, well, Labradors don't wear socks. So there we go. It's wonderful. You're lucky, says McAvoy. Not at all, McAvoy. You're the lucky one. I can tell you. So there we are. Now, what are we doing? Sharing here with a group. Yes, there it goes. Fantastic. And guys, if you can all share, just let everybody know, just a gentle tap, tap, tappity tap on your keyboards. I nearly said your typewriters there. When I went into television 36 years ago, we were still typing on typewriters. There were no computers. There are no computers. Imagine it. Imagine a world with no computers. Absolutely incredible. So there we go. I'll do some more sharing as well. We need to let everybody know that we are on. Tell 10 to tell 10. So there we are. Not at all, McAvoy. No, you are the lucky one. Any more likes? Any more subscribes? Guys, please get subscribing. I want to build up the subscribers. Otherwise it'll take us forever. And McClue will have to have yet another shave. I mean, this is just since yesterday, Incredible, isn't it? How mature. That was a friend of ours at school. Somebody said, I can grow a beard in a few weeks. How mature. Remember we talked about that in school, that you matured when you grew up. We love it. Right, live now. I'm just going to tell everybody, I'm telling the world. The world will find out live now. And of course, people will get out their beds late because a lot of people are staying up late watching rubbish on the television and having an extra refreshment. So not the best thing for them during lockdown, I would say. I have to be honest about that. I'm sharing in a group now, guys. I'll share in some of the YouTube stuff. There we are. There's one there. So we'll share in that group and we'll let them know that we're live now and that they can come and join us. Fantastic. Lovely Scotty, sitting in a lovely sunny back garden having a coffee. James Bauer, that's the very best thing for you. And get a wee bit of sunshine on your sore bits. Very, very important as well. Bit of vitamin D there. And of course, you'll have done everything, checking out diet and what have you. Watch the wheat. There we are. The wheat can have an effect on the joints. Anybody watching celiac? There we are. Do say. Excellent stuff. But no, very, very nice. I don't know about you guys, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this stream. It's a really nice, gentle place to be first thing in the morning. Should we do more of it? I ask you. We do our evenings, 8 o'clock through until 10, couple of hours chat, very funny. Very amusing, wonderful bunch of people joining us so far, and hopefully we'll get everybody else joining us as well. So there we are, fantastic. We could do a live TikTok while we're on, couldn't we? That would be rather good. See, all these things are possible, guys. This is what I love about it. And, you'll have seen the Scottie Mcclue TikToks at Scottie Mcclue. Haven't mastered the dancing yet. We haven't done any of that, but that's on the cards, I can tell you. There we go. This is a site I just share with my own column on it, because you go on to all these groups and they shove you out right away. Honestly, great show, amazing topics and good banter. The Night Times, James, just fantastic. And remember, we're very new, we're very young. We've only been on... we did number 30 last night, you see, and that's 4 weeks because we've been doing 7 nights. So 4 7s are 28. Nothing wrong with me, nothing gets past me with the maths. Fantastic. No, it's going very, very well, James. And I can see that once the news gets out, that's the only thing about social media, because there's so many people on it and so much media. It's very difficult for everybody to remember to share, to like, to subscribe, to do that specifically. And Scottie Mcclue is unlike anything else on the internet. So nobody can say to Scottie Mcclue, who you have a lot of competition out there. I don't, not for what I do, but I have competition, of course, for likes, shares, and subscribes. And if we can get that up, if everybody goes, is Scottie on? Where? I'll get that, and come and join us, then we're all laughing because it makes for a fabulous stream. And already in 30 streams, we have a program. As you know, James, it is going out every night, 8 o'clock till 10, and everybody is very happy with it. I haven't had anybody that's giving me the thumbs down. So there we are. Apart from the dafties that get thrown off, they don't like it. I put one of my videos live so you can watch it. No copyright music. It's about 2 minutes long if you like to watch it. McAvoy, Well, what we can do, I won't just now till I've seen it, so I won't look at it just for the first time live, but it's something we can be looking at doing. So there where I play my own clips, so it's interesting from that point of view. And I thought this morning I've got a really good clip for you, which I'll let you hear when you feel you want to hear it. You see, the lovely thing about this, we're building it together. It's not about me. It's about us. It's about all of us, and that's what we're looking for in broadcasting. We're looking for something interactive where we can feed back. And also, let's have it straight, we can become a wee bit of a superstar, all of us, So already people are hearing James Power, fantastic McAvoy. McAvoy, yeah, that's the guy from Cork in Ireland. I've heard him. So there we are. And it just is what we want to do, because television is so formulaic. Again, I watched last night when I came off air. Did you like that? Came off air when we stopped live streaming at 10 o'clock. I had a cup of tea and I looked at the telly. And it was just a personal disaster for me. It was so sad, the whole thing. And television made its mark because it was escapism. You'd come up from a mine and you could watch a Western. My father used to love watching Westerns, with these beautiful big scenes and Arizona and all that kind of thing, Fantastic. Or you could watch Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers dancing. You could watch a romance. You could watch British movies. Fantastic. Ealing comedy. So that sort of idea. And that was all about. Any more likes going, guys? Who want to give me some of these? If you can all click like, that would be great. Fantastic stuff. Robert, the wonderful Robert Scrimger. The good stream, Scotty, is that we can all say positive things or recommend new ideas for it. Yes. Mainstream radio or TV, you get complaints about this, that, and the other. Absolutely. I got in touch with somebody very senior at the BBC when they were having a lot of trouble. And I said, look, I can probably do you a favor here. Think about having a program called Flack. I said, I'll present it for you and I will take all the flack. All I ask is that we have access to senior management for comment. And the guy said to me, oh, yes, we've already got points of view for that, Scotty. Now, are you telling me that they're really going to get down to what was troubling everybody at the BBC, through a fairly gentle program like that? So you can't do right for doing wrong, really. You know what I mean? It's that sort of, oh no, everything really is. I suppose there's so many ideas come into big broadcasters, or did, perhaps less so now that we've got live streaming and people can have a chat with each other. I think that's amazing. Shared, says the wonderful Joseph Aitken. Thanks, Joe. Appreciated. You didn't tell me if it's all right to call you Joe or if you prefer Joseph. So there we are. And Robert, you're absolutely right. That's why people are getting fed up with mainstream television, and young people are saying, what do you mean television? Nobody watches television. They're all on YouTube. Do you know, Scotty, you can now do Instagram Live. J-Dog, can you do it live for a long time, though? Because I have done videos for Instagram, but very short, and they didn't stay up. I think that was the thing. They disappeared, am I right? Scott, have you ever thought about a weekend, 10 p.m. until 12, like the old days? Do you know, David Taylor? We did one Saturday night, and it was the most fabulous success. And but you see, the trouble is I'm only coming off air at 10 on a Saturday night, or stopping streaming, I should say. Difficult old habits die hard. And we did one on a Saturday night, and it was fantastic. It was very gentle, no idiots, and we talked cars. And of course, we had wonderful mechanics on and engineers. Fantastic. So that's a thought. Joe's good with me, says Joseph. If you like that, Joe, if you're all right with that, that is fine. But if it's a nuisance, we change. You decide. Your show. Absolutely. Sounds like a great night. Oh, David, it was a fabulous night. And in fact, somebody said, can we have this every week? And this is the positive side of it, you see. And I said, what would we call it? And I said, we could call it Top Clutch. And then I said, no, I'll do some work on it. Somebody said, what about gear knobs? All that. My mom would tell you different, says Joseph. What would she call, does she call you Joseph? So there we are. Fantastic. Another wee mop down, guys. Woo! Summertime. And the living is easy. Brilliant, David. But it was wonderful chat, and it was. We got down to the mechanics. You know, we had the wonderful Alistair on, and Alistair was chit-chatting about this stuff, and we were getting down to the mechanics and how to get a spark and all that sort of idea. People were just loving it. And I think if you built something like that, you can go live for 1 hour, says J-Dog. Do you have to have lots? And does it stay up, J-Dog? Do they keep it? And you have to have lots of followers. You see, I can go live on TikTok if I get another 250 followers or something like that. I can't remember how many I'm needing for TikTok. And if I get loads of them, then we're on TikTok as well. But I don't do the dances on TikTok. I just do my own thing. Is that acceptable? You know, see, McClue's terrible for just doing his own thing. I'll just do my own thing there, you know. So you can go live for an hour. That's absolutely amazing. Fantastic. Is everybody enjoying the stream? Those of you who are with us this morning, fantastic. Any more likes? Any more subscriptions? Very, very welcome. Oh, here we are here. Here we are here. Fantastic. So people know about it. Excellent. And they know we're watching. Robster says, yes, very much. I thank you, Robster. You are a top man. You can click a download button once it's ended and then probably re-upload it. Fantastic. See, McClue has to learn all these things, J-Dog. You are so slick at them because you've been brought up with that. Your generation are fantastic. And this is where I get very annoyed at some adults that say, well, the young people today, just trouble. I say, no, you obviously don't know the young people. You know, they're fantastic. You know, and they're the ones, it's the young people that are around. If an old lady faints in the street, the young people are around and, are you all right, missus, and all that sort of idea. I think people need to get a bigger understanding. There shouldn't be differences. What we've done in this country, though, we've got away from the old tribal thing of all living together in the village with like a head man and a local parliament. See, St Kilda as a little community, I know St Kilda really struggled, and in the end, in the 1930s, they had to evacuate it. It's the most heartbreaking story. But the St Kildans met and had their own parliament and divvied up the jobs for the day. You know, having said that, they were never as successful as the Navy were in St Kilda as a base for the services. And that brought in a lot of things that they'd never seen because they lived off birds' eggs and seabirds and what have you. Thoroughly enjoying it with my boiled egg and toast. Ah, David Taylor, excellent. Now, how do you do the egg? I have started probably, well, I should have started years ago. And I boil the water right up first and then very carefully slide the eggs down into it so they don't crack. Otherwise, you end up with poached egg. So we change of plan and then give it the 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. Then out they come perfecto. And the toast, lightly buttered or heavily buttered. Did anybody have a relative that had lived through the Second World War and used to give you great big chunks of butter on your bread because it had been rationed? And they wanted you to have that. Thoroughly enjoying. Fantastic. J-Dog, thank you for that. It's wonderful. And thank you for all your help and advice with the YouTube stream. You know, I was talking to somebody about it and I said, how is Scottie Mcclue being so successful so quickly? I said, well, there aren't many middle-aged Scotsmen sitting with their flat cap on doing YouTube videos. I thought, well, there are now. So there we go. Fantastic. And everybody else is having a go. I know that I have, listen to this one, guys, inspired others to live stream. The wonderful Joseph Aitken. That tea's gorgeous. That's the Earl Grey. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm 41, Scotty, and I already feel that technology is getting beyond me. Two big, smiley, laughing with tears of laughter emojis. My son can sit and play games on a computer with someone in America and spend digital money purchasing things for the said games. I know, it's fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Yep, let the water come to the boil, then the eggs in for around 5 minutes. Comes out lovely. Plenty of butter on the old toast and a cup of tea. White bread or brown bread or 50-50? This is what we need to know. Right, any more sharing, guys? Go on. Get the word out there first thing in the morning. A lot of lazy bones will be in their bed. They will be in their Margaret. Yes, their Scratcher, their Margaret Thatcher. Fantastic. We haven't tweeted. Shall we all tweet? Oh, let's tweet. Yes, let's do a tweet. Scotty, I sent you a link how to start a live Instagram video on Facebook Messenger. I'm not on Messenger on here because it interrupts the streams, but I can access it occasionally on my other setup, so I'll have a look out for that, J-Dog. If I know a message is coming, I can find it on the old laptop. So there we are. We've got the laptop running as well. When Mcclue has got some spare pennies, assuming I live that long, because I've done some wonderful financial planning, and if I work until I'm 96, I should be starting to become comfortably off, if I work till I'm 96. So there we are. So that's brilliant. Must admit, Scotty, I'm a white bread man. However, I do like brown bread with a tuna mayo sandwich. Yes, tuna's an interesting one, isn't it? I will eat anything if I'm honest. I'm not fussy. Well, David, you're like my good self. You were brought up. You were lucky to have something. We're still lucky to have something. Fantastic. Now then, guys, image. So let's have a wee image up here. Fantastic stuff. And I want to know, what image do you like? I'll do the one in the studio. We'll do Scotty on the mic this morning. These are all very, very iconic images that used to appear all across the newspapers. Then to remember the front page of the newspapers. Geez, Scotty, you really are the modern man. Laptops, YouTube, Facebook. Well, we've got to, I'll tell you about, it was a dear friend of mine. I just set up the third radio station for Central Scotland 30 years ago, about a fortnight ago. Central FM Radio. I set that up 30 years ago. It was Centre Sound Radio then. And what a fantastic station. And we must have done a pretty good job. Everybody was critical, of course, at the time, because people get jealous of a new radio station coming on. And the existing radio stations get very anxious. Although they were a bit blasé about Scot FM, and I think the reason I had to go for Scot FM is the other stations were getting very anxious that we were really making massive inroads into their audiences. Because after 2 years, I had more than the audience that they had at the other stations. Panic. So they hired me. Fantastic. Right, so there we are. Now, what are we putting on here? We need to put some great things on here, guys. Right, we'll put that up and a bit more. Lovely. So I'm sharing right now, guys. And I'll put Scottie Mcclue live now. So you'll see a change. J-Dog, just note that you'll see a change in the podcast numbers, because last night was 30, this is 31. All right, so that's what's going on there. And I'll just put live now. What about live right now? Is that... You see, the other thing to all you wonderful people who are right into the internet, you've got all the right jargon. So there we are. Jealousy's a terrible thing, Scottie. Ooh, I've suffered from terrific jealousy. It makes people very angry, David. Very strange. And I said, why? That person is very wealthy. They've got everything they should ever desire. And I said, what's the problem? They said, jealousy, Scottie. Jealous of you. I said, why on earth would somebody who's supposedly got everything be jealous of me? I said, because they can't do what you do. I said, everybody can do what I do. No, not really. All that sort of stuff, getting down to all that nonsense. Very, very interesting. Right. What are we putting on here? And I'll tell you, I came across a hashtag recommended podcasts. Anybody seen that one? Anybody know anything about that one? No, that one doesn't seem to be coming up on here. It comes up on the phone. So there we are. Do you get new jargon on the phone? So there we are. Jealousy is a terrible thing, Scottie, said David. Yes, watch out for jealousy, guys, because it comes in many guises. And it can be just the fact that you are a nice person. It was a jealous person that removed my life savings from me, Just problems. Never ever done him any harm in my life, and he just came into my life and took my life savings, through all sorts of crazy ideas. There we are. I've been doing all his life to people. Team Mcclue. We love all this. Team Mcclue. So there we are. Yep, that's all right. That looks pretty good. There, that's the one. Team Mcclue. Oh, capital C at Mcclue. And then you get the dafties when you go on to other stations and you put your tuppence worth in the should be no got a clue. Dafties. I can imagine my old granny was still alive, and I told her that we carry wee phones about in our pocket. We can order our shopping to get delivered. We can video call people. We can do our banking. Joseph, how would we have got by during lockdown without the technology? Do you know? How would we have done that? And we could book a holiday on it, she would say, away and boil your head. So there we are. Well, you see, your granny's day, they very often didn't have a phone at all. If they had a phone in their house, which cost quite a lot of money, they might have shared a party line with the neighbours. So they couldn't go on the phone when the neighbours were on the phone, and the neighbours couldn't go on the phone when your granny was on the phone. And then when they did get a phone of their own, it was in the hall. And that's where phrases like put the big light on come from, because there was a wee table in the hall, interestingly and creatively called a phone table. And it had a wee place for the phone directory. And usually people put a lamp on it, and later ones had a wee seat. So when the phone rang, you either did nothing, like my father very often did. You just sat until my mother went and picked it up, and if nobody else was in, my father once answered, I saw him. I was in, I came down, I saw him. And he picked up the phone, he went, hello? So that was that. And then when cordless phones came in, I bought one for my mother for her Christmas. They were pretty expensive, and they were quite a fair size. They were like a brick. And she was still standing in the window where the phone was. I said, Mum, you can move away. She was talking to somebody, and she was going, Oh, away, is that right? And then I said, Mum, move away, cordless. She started doing all that to me, as if to say, shut up and go away, I'm on the phone. Did you ever have that? And then you get telephone chat now. Nobody bothers. You just look and somebody's on their phone. You don't give it a thought, but used to shout, what do you want for your lunch? And I'll go down to the shop. Shut up, I'm on the phone. I'm on the telephone to Uncle George. All that stuff on the telephone. And the other one, people would shout, when the phone would ring a few times, shout, there was no answer phones. The first one that came in, I'll tell you all about that. I used it for work. And people used to shout things like, can somebody get that phone? Your dad watching television. Phone ring, bring, 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 bring. Can somebody get that phone? And yes, booking a holiday on your phone. I know, it's fantastic. Now, guys, back to the tweet. Stop. We need to go back to the tweet. Right. So, what am I putting in here? Team Mcclue. So there we are. And the football. There we are. Right. Bit of football. There we go. Wonderful. What teams do you want in for the tweet? I bought my grandparents a cordless phone last Christmas. They still use the wired one, says J-Dog. Well, the wired one's actually quite good for emergencies, because if you think, if there's a power cut, then, your cordless phones are plugged into the mains. So, they would lose the phone. Is that not right? I'd heard that well, that's what I heard anyway. There we are. So that sort of idea. Right, guys, I'm just doing the tweet. So if you've got anything for the tweet, do let us know. There we are. Morton and Rangers, says J-Dog. Right, Rangers. Right, Rangers. Right, Morton. Right, Morton. Right, J-Dog. Right, there's Morton. That's the Greenock team. There's Rangers. That's our Glasgow team. There we are. Somebody once said Glasgow's got two teams. They've got Rangers and they've got the Rangers reserves. Celtic. You can't put in one without the other. That causes a stushy. Right, what else, guys? Oh, I like Arsenal. I'll pop them in. Anybody for the Magpies, Newcastle? Oh, I'll pop them in. And what else have we got? Borough. Aston Villa. Anybody an Aston Villa fan? There we are. So we got that in. What about Hibs? There we are. Wonderful. They're in. What about the Jambos? Hearts. In case anybody's watching in Edinburgh. There we are. Pop them in as well. What else? Anything else, guys? Oh, what about our old Sheffield friends? Yes, fantastic. Lovely. 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 And Wednesday, we like them as well. So there we go. Right, I think that will do us. So, we can put a few more in. What else would you like in here, guys? I remember my whole family, aunties, uncles, grannies, would visit and gather round the phone in the hall twice a year to phone my uncle when he emigrated to South Africa. Joe, I remember that sort of thing as well. It's your uncle on the phone, have a word, and everybody would queue up. Yes, absolutely. Not at all, Jimmy. No, our pleasure. Absolute our pleasure, my dear. Have you had a good Christmas? And was your weather bad? Was the snow bad? Well, he's not had snow at all. He's in Africa. He's in South Africa. Oh, what a rabble, says Joseph. Oh, what a carry on. Let me. Hello, Uncle Joe. Hello, Margaret. So I was it's not Margaret. It's Kathy. Oh, I was just talking to your mother there. Sorry about that, Kathy. How are you keeping? Are you still at the school? No, I left 8 years ago, Jimmy. All right, gosh, the time flies. I love that. Just making up conversations you get. Has anybody ever left their dog with their mum and dad? And they come back and mother starts. She goes, Willie, that wee dog's hungry. I think he's just had her dinner. She said biscuits as well. Well, maybe she should have another wee biscuit. She's asking me. She'll be asking you all day. Classic. Oh, it's wonderful, Joseph. I mean, these things are just gorgeous. When you step back, you think, what a hoot. What an absolute hoot. I can remember one morning, going into do a lecture, and somebody said, the lady in the kitchen, she says, stick your milk in the fridge, son. There's other milk in there, but that's for the vigilantes. And what she meant was the invigilators. We love it. We absolutely love it. Oh, my goodness, here. Don't worry about the cough. Had it for 20 years. Now, right, we're just about there with the fit bar. Anybody else got anything they want to put up? Shall we put in, what about Crystal Palace? Give them a wee mention. And what are we at Thursday? We'll put Thursday in and see what's happening. Thursday morning, how about that, guys? Right, that's us. Now, we're one letter over. No. Away. Oh, I know what I can do. I'll take out via. There we are. And that will do it. Right, the tweet's going out, guys. Watch for it. If you're on Twitter, go on to @Scottie Mcclue and retweet it. Just let everybody know what's happening. Classic stuff. It's great though, Joe, isn't it? All that kind of carry on. And, the questions you get asked, did you ever have doubting Thomases from the Bible? Doubt when they doubted that it was Jesus. And your parents can be doubting Thomases. So you're looking out the window of the house and you go, Mum, there's Uncle Jimmy coming up the path. Away. It is not. Yes, it is. That's why I'm telling you. And then she runs to the window to check. And she goes, oh, so it is. I wonder what Jimmy's doing round at the time of day. He normally comes round to speak to your dad at night. I think they have a wee dram, Oh, that kind of idea. Say, well, I'll not be having a wee dram this morning, mother. That sort of idea. We're just going out. And then you tell them, has Andy gone home from school and said, won a prize today? You did not. Away. Have you ever told somebody that somebody's died and they've gone, no, you're joking. Why would you joke about something like that? It's so strange, No, you're joking. Now, the tweet. Who's been on the tweet? Somebody's been at Twitter, @Scottie Mcclue. Have you followed? And we've got 3 likes and we've got 1 retweet already. Let's just see who's seen the tweet, because this is incredible. And let's just see what the figures are for the tweet. Right, the tweet has been up for 5-10 seconds, something like that, 10, 15, 20 seconds. And 150 have seen the tweet. Yes, 156, it's going up. I'll keep you in tune with what's happening with the tweet. Should we go live on Twitter tomorrow? Should we go on Periscope? Scottie Mcclue's also on Periscope on Twitter. So there we are. We go, I Periscope and go on Twitter. Joseph says, the classic line, Scottie, I've lost my keys, when someone always says, where did you lose them? Well, if I knew where I'd lost them, then I would find them. You know, where have you lost them? I don't know. I retweeted, liked, and commented, J-Dog, you are so good. You are such a nice person. There we are. That is real top quality. Do you know how many have seen the tweet, guys? 203. My good, 206. This is absolutely uncanny. 210. It's going up in fours. There we go. So that's wonderful. Thank you very much for reading. 214. I think 219. I think we'll have to leave it at that, guys. That is incredible. Well, I'll leave it sitting up for a bit. When did you last have them? Well, I arrived in the car. So that will probably be when I last had them. Oh, you brought the stuff in for the wee one. You brought in the car seat and that. And what you'll have done, you've dropped them in the floor. I heard something go ting when you were getting the car seat. All right, I'll go back out. Then you come in, you know, all smiled. Did you get them? Aha. Where were they? They were where you said. Where the ting was made on the floor when I was getting the car seat from the Wayne. What a palaver. I mean, it was interesting when we were getting asked there earlier about our wonderful McAvoy man. And he was saying about having all the children. You know, I know Joe said, where I lost them. Where did you last have them? Where I lost them. All that stuff. It's funny, isn't it, with families? A wee argument breaks out over nothing. And it's never about that. Have you ever had a family member when you say something that's a fact and they go like this, oh, rubbish. You're always saying things like that. Yes, that's because it's the truth. We love it. 314 people have seen the tweet. Now, come on, guys. 320 have seen it. Mcclue tweeted last week and 3,500 saw it. 3,500 right away. I wish it had been a share. I once said to a guy, I wish Scottie Mcclue's Twitter account was a radio station, he said. So do I. 29,000 had seen one of the tweets. 29,000. So there we are. It's 350, guys. 350 have seen it. Is that not fantastic? So there we are. Anybody else want to retweet and like that? 358. J-Dog, I bet you it's you. You've obviously got a huge following. Everybody's going for it. And I'll just retweet with comment. And I'll say, are you watching? Are you watching? It's the first of our morning live streams. The hashtag live streams. There we are. Live streams, fantastic. Yes, first of our morning live streams. There we are. Morning. Morning live. I'll send that up right now, guys. Are we ready for this? Here we are. And what are we, Thursday, did we say? Right, there we are. Thursday thoughts. Wonderful. Right, that's gone. So I'm just going to retweet with comment, and off we jolly well go. It's wonderful. That's up there. That's not bad for a tweet, is it? I tell you. Can you believe we've been on for an hour already? Now, you guys maybe have got lots to do, but I think I'll maybe stay on just to see what happens. So there you are. Obviously, there's a lot of fans watching, a lot of Scottie Mcclue fans watching, and I understand that. But what I was thinking, There we are. We've just retweeted that, guys. Retweet the retweet, J-Dog. See what happens. So there we go. Wonderful. And has everybody followed at Scottie Mcclue, little ampersand, and then Scottie Mcclue, fantastic. Have you enjoyed the stream, guys, so far? We're just coming up to 1 hour, but I'm going to stay on and we'll have a chit chat. What we might do is just an idea here. What about, Scottie, are all your settings correct on all platforms? Now tell me why you're asking, Joe, because I'm very interested. Enjoying it very much, says J-Dog. J-Dog, you're a great guy. At the train station, Scottie, Thomas Beaton has joined us. Tom, good morning. We've had the most fantastic hour streaming. I think I might try and see if we can get some people on Facebook. What do you think, guys? Would it be worth trying that? See what happens there? Because that's us done an hour on YouTube. On my way to work, Scottie. Thomas, that's fantastic. Well done, you. You're some man, I'll tell you. This has been a gorgeous experiment, Tom. The night times are obviously fantastic. That goes without saying. This has just been outstanding. We've had a lot of beautiful people on, just having fairly gentle chit-chat. Got to help the nation get out of debt. Oh, Thomas, for goodness sake. Listen, the nation's been in debt for the last 100 years. So don't you work too hard, right? The nation will always be in debt until politicians can get their act together. Scotland is not in debt, all right? And we had the other day, I think it was Boris himself saying Scotland should be paying for things. You've got free tuition and all that. And I thought, right, well, no problem. Let's drop Barnett, the Barnett formula, and let's just keep all of our income. And, you know, if we're not going to get independence, then let's get economic autonomy. You see, and we'll pay our own bills. If anyone needs debt advice and wish to write off up to 85% of the debt, give me a shout. Good one, Thomas. Yes, a lot of people will be really struggling. I mean, I myself had quite a struggle when that guy took my life savings. So there we are. I went in one morning and a fortune had gone from the bank account. Just in case there's a small tweak to be made to any of your settings, Joseph, you're quite right. I mean, I'm wondering if there's something we could be doing on YouTube, because it's interesting that I can get thousands on Facebook and some smaller numbers on YouTube, but I put that down to the fact that we were just starting up. But I'm wondering about if we go a wee bit live here on Facebook. What does everybody think? Is this madness? Is Mcclue mad? Mad as an old hatter. So there we are. Right, let's go live. And what shall we call the live stream? We'll go live and see what the people are saying. So I can give them a wee bit of chat here, and I can say, Scottie Mcclue live new, and we'll see what people think. Scottie Mcclue live new, right? And we'll try this. I mean, it might not work. So what? This is what I think is wrong with people in life. They say, what if it didn't work? See, I'm thinking in live streaming, what if nobody joins you? Well, if nobody joins you, I'll just do it myself, you know? Not a problem. Date today, please, guys. Are we 25th? 25. Right, lovely. Scottie Mcclue live now. That'll do them just now. And we'll hit that. And then we can go live. What do we all think? Would this be a good idea? I ask you. So there we are. I'll have to move that slightly to the side. And then we can maybe get everybody on There we go. Start live video. Are we ready? Is everybody ready for this? Because we're about to go live on Facebook. Everybody quite happy about that. Just in case there's a small tweak needed. So Thomas, good man. So you get people out of debt, you advise. You're going up in my estimation all the time. Not that you're ever down it. Go for it, Scotty. You can only manage things if you measure them. Absolutely. Joseph, what a wise man you are. Wait till I smarten myself up for the Facebookers, you know? The YouTubers all know me. Wonderful. Right, here we go. There we are. And we'll see if they join us. It says it's starting. Now, if you see a reduction in quality, we'll stop it right away. You know what I mean? Not a problem. Absolutely. So any reduction in quality. There we are. Excellent stuff. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Scottie Mcclue live streaming live on Facebook just for you. And we're also been live on YouTube for the last hour. And we're doing the very first of our morning pop-ups. So here we go. Fantastic stuff. Hello, Scotty, says Daniel. My parents are trying to move out of the house. The place they're trying to move is extremely far away from my school. I'll have to go on 2 buses to get there. It's selfish. But I take it you've had all this discussion. Fantastic. Lovely to have you with us. There's Thomas. Thomas Pedens on both platforms. Jack Merley's hello, Scotty. Dinky-Doo, Stephen Mooney. Finlay, get up. There we are. Wonderful. So Mcclue is live. Tremendous, guys. We're live on both platforms. Can I have more likes and subscriptions, please, on the YouTube? Excellent stuff. Longshanks, Tam's getting them all up out of their bed. Fantastic stuff. There we go. So we've been an hour on YouTube, guys. What a fantastic hour it's been. We're now joined on Facebook Live with all our lovely Facebookers. Dinky-Doo, a very good morning to you all. And welcome, welcome, welcome to Scottie Mcclue Live on Facebook just for you, Dinky-Doo. Excellent. Dinky-Doo Tam. Finley's up and about. Finley Morris, good morning. John Marshall, get them all up, Tam. Come on, let's get this shared, guys. Jim's watching. Jim Higgins, terrific. Fantastic, everybody. And are you on YouTube as well? YouTube.com/user/Scottie Mcclue 1. So you're youtube.com and then a /user/ pop in user USER /Scottie Mcclue 1. And you can come and join us. That's fantastic on the YouTube. Stevie Wilkie's watching. Get this shared, everybody. Chris Shaw, Dinky-Doo, Scottie Mcclue. Chris Shaw and all. There we are. Marcus, get Michael. So there we are. Nikki, good morning. Nikki McHugh, Dinky-Doo, Scotty. Dinky-Doo says Fraser. And Tam's getting everybody up. And they're coming and joining us on Facebook. How fantastic is that? How are all my beautiful YouTubers? So there are. So Daniel, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you discussed it with them? Have you had a lot of family discussion? If you've just joined us, likes and subscribes on the YouTube, please, guys. And tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Longshanks. Good morning, Scotty. Good morning, Longshanks. Lovely to have you with us. And welcome, welcome, welcome. I say we are live on YouTube. So there we are. We've got a poor man here. His parents are moving house and he would need to get 2 buses to school. Messenger stroke Instagram streams and live videos show up on people's phones a lot quicker than YouTube. Yes, wonderful. But the YouTube, Joseph, has been very, very successful for what it is. That's the thing. I mean, I totted all the numbers up and we were well into several thousand had seen it since we'd started. You know what I mean? It's when you tot it up. That's the idea. And I think if people get used to watching on YouTube, and of course, you know, we've got such a massive, massive audience out there on YouTube, and then everything uploads to YouTube automatically, whereas you'd have to upload everything else. But I think we look at multi-streams. That's the future. You know, that's when the pennies roll in. And Scottie Mcclue is free, absolutely free, at the point of consumption, at the point of delivery, at the point of output. Some very kind people have been popping pennies into Super Chat by tapping the dollar and what have you. And that's great. That will all go towards saving up for better equipment for doing different things, because we're not needing big money. We're just needing little bits of money from every day, £1 here, $5, $5, that sort of idea. And it makes a huge difference. Fantastic. But it's very important that people only give if it suits them. That's the stuff, and they've got it. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Right, who have we got here? Morning, Anthony. Excellent stuff. Hello, Scottie, says Erin. Hello, Erin. Dinky Doo. Lovely to have you with us. Fantastic. We're looking a bit dark on the old Facebook. Very interesting from that point of view. So you've got all these things. Messenger as well. Now, Messenger, are people streaming on Messenger? That's what I need to ask, because you see, when I get better equipment, like the laptop is really, really slow. It takes a long time, so I can't stream on the laptop. Instagram, of course, fantastic. We need to get lots more people. Instagram, it's Scottie Mcclue 1. So there we go. Do you accept the euro? Oh, Longshanks. We accept everything, refuse nothing but blows, I say. Lovely to have you with us, and dinky do to everybody live on the Facebook. Stuart Houghton's watching. Welcome, Stuart. Lovely to have you. You look handsome today, Scottie, says Finlay. Finlay, you're very kind. Very, very good of you. So there we are. Excellent stuff. No, we accept all sorts of things. There's a wee click at the top of the YouTube for buy me a coffee. So what I'm loving about all the social media thing, nothing's cast in stone. And if something really, 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 really isn't working, then we can change it, but it would need to be really, 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 really not working, Did your dad have a beard? No, Stuart Houghton. I'll show you a picture of my dad, and then you will see he did not have a beard. He did have a moustache during the war, I think. That's my dad. So there you are. That's Dad. I don't know. Can you see that? Can everybody see that? So that's Dad. Very, very clean-shaven man, actually. And I've only grown a beard in lockdown. I've had beards very, very rarely. I'm normally absolutely clean-shaven. As you know, there's Mum. So that's Mum. That's Mum there. Don't know if you can all see that. So that's her. I just found these the other night. Very, very interesting. And I think I've got another one. I came across one of Dad playing the bagpipes. He was a great bagpiper. So there we are. Great bagpiper, my father. Wait till I see what we've got here for you. Have I got one? Oh, listen, there's the grandparents. That's my dad in the middle, the wee guy. That's Grandpa. These are great, aren't they? These are fantastic stuff. Wonderful things. Now then, what do we have here? I got, as I say, I came across these. It was a bit of a bonus the other night, and I thought, wow, these are amazing. And I must have copied them at some point, just put them away in a book for safekeeping. So I'll see if I can get more. Yeah, there's a couple of Dad. There's Dad again. So can you see him there? He's a bit of a film star, the old boy. A James Bond. He would have made a superb Bond. And there he is playing the pipes. Can you see that? So that's him. Everybody see that? So no beard. I think you no beard. I tell you. There we are. No beard. My goodness me. So there we have it. You must have been your ma doing a handstand in the window. Stuart, thank you very much. Very good. McGinty McGinnis, thank you, dear. And there we are. Hi, Scottie. Everybody's watching. Your dad reminds me of Jeremy Kyle's. Jeremy Kyle replaced me in Manchester. So there we are. He took over from McClue. On Instagram, there's a feature where you can stream with someone else. It's similar to Skype. Aha. And Messenger. Could you stream on Messenger, J-Dog? I mean, would that be something people would be doing? Are we all right in landscape here? Guys, I'm in portrait. So I don't think I can landscape. I would need to go back to landscape on Facebook Live. Is that right? Zaikai Tang. Yes, well, we know we can landscape in Facebook Live because we've done it before. Yes, remember, but we'll just portrait this morning, if that's all right to get used to it. Zaikai Tang. Morning, Scotty. Morning, Zaikai Tang. Lovely to have you with us. Tell 10 that McClue is, of course, live. Stream quality is great on YouTube. Is it fine, J-Dog? Because I've got both running today. But what I did last week was all the morning shows that we did on Facebook, 30 of them, had been stored on the device, and it was beginning to slow everything. So I just moved them, and hey presto, it said you've got... you've used up 4.9 gig of your 5 gig or whatever. And I removed them and it said, you've used up, a few megs of your 5 gig. That sort of idea. Am I talking right here? So I was going to tell you all. Everybody's been asking this morning, guys. Remo Pasiti, good morning, Remo. Lovely to have you with us. See, can you do a shout out to Big Coulter? He's missing. Yohal, I would love to have some moral support. Big Coulter, serious moral support to you, La. Absolutely, La. Yes, that's what McClue's about. We look after the people on here. Fantastic. Yes, I think that features also on Facebook. So there you are. What's that? That's the landscape. Yes, because I actually used it. Now tell me, J-Dog, will people, when I landscape, will people automatically turn their phones to the side when they're watching, or will they sit and watch me in what they think is portrait? I've always wondered about that. You see, these are the things we can sort out. We could call this Scottie Mcclue's high-tech show. The high-tech show. And we could have all the input from everybody. But I love the fact that we do generic general streaming. I think that's very, very important. Generic general streaming. But the quality, I'm so glad the quality is good. So there we are. I'll maybe see if I can move us down a bit. Does that look better from the point of view of the Facebookers? Are you getting a fair crack at the whip here? Ewan Galloway watching. Dinky-doo, Charlie Banks, David Hennessy. Dinky-doo, Scotty. Dinky-doo, Charlie. Lovely to have you with us, and a very, very warm welcome. And of course, this is the first of our YouTube's live and our Facebook Live. Well, we'll be doing Facebook Live a lot in the morning, but this is the first of our YouTube's live in the morning. We're live every night, 8 o'clock till 10. Come and join us because it really is a fantastic stream. And it's only been running for 4 weeks now, 4 weeks. Currently doing accounting while watching. Good man, J-Dog Gaming. I did accounting in school and got an O grade, an O grade, Scottish O grade called Principles of Accounts. Yeah, fantastic. I ended up with about 11 O grades, I think. Fantastic. So wonderful. So yes, get the accounting ready. And remember, everything must balance. And our accounting lecturer, somebody said, why have you ticked that the cash is there? Have you checked it? This was just in theory. And he said, no, well, I just assumed it would be. He went, my first instruction from my head of accounting was never assume. Never assume anything exists until you've seen it as an accountant. So there we are. Andrew Mackay, Marcus is watching. Marcus Miles, Dinky-doo top man. Lovely to have you with us. Please give your mum and your gran a big hug from me. because as Marcus knows, I was a terrific friend of his grandfather for 35 years. Incredible. There we are, his wonderful grandfather. So there we go. Great to have you with us, Marcus. And we're also live streaming on YouTube. And your grandfather would have loved this, Marcus, because he was a huge Scottie Mcclue fan, because it was he and I that did the first Scottie Mcclue broadcast. So there we are. So there we are. I'm still going live tonight. Oh, I think so, J-Dog. Yes. I want to see what happens. You know, I mean, as you know, J-Dog, when you start something, everybody goes, that'll never work. You know, now I firmly believe it will. Now, these are the same people that as soon as something becomes successful, well, I always told you you had it in you, you know, and I knew the second you started streaming, that would go big. You see? And it will go big. And you guys were there at the start, and I want you to know, thank you, thank you, thank you. From little acorns, great oaks grow. Because when I took over at the radio station, as I say, we had 3,000 people listening at night. And I took that to 80,000 per half hour. Whoa. Mark Forrester, dinky do. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome. Welcome to everybody who has joined us on Facebook Live. We are live streaming live on YouTube at youtube.com/ the word user, USER, / Scottie Mcclue 1. So it's just youtube.com/ user / Scottie Mcclue 1. John Robinson's watching, dinky do. So you can come and see the stream live on YouTube as well. So yes, J-Dog will still go live tonight, but the story I was going to tell about technology, somebody was complimenting me on, pardon me, on my cough. Oh, dear. Shall we have some more Earl Grey? Oh, that's lovely. We'll have some more Earl Grey. Oh, it's lush. It's so good. Someone's complimenting me on the fact that we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, Scottie Mcclue 1, we're on TikTok at Scottie Mcclue. And Tyrek Alan Connor, dinky do, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you, Tyrek. John Robertson, good morning, Scottie. Good morning, John. Lovely to have you with us, and dinky do. How long have you had that cough, Scottie? Just the 20 years, Finlay. So there we are. So a bit worried about it now, you know, 20 years. Because a long, long, long time ago, I foolishly used to smoke. Morning, Scottie, this is Pauline Young. Morning, Pauline. Lovely to have you with us, and dinky do. Nicky McHugh says, Darren Macon, come and join us. Good morning, Mr. Macon. Now, there we are. So, yes, we're doing live tonight. So I was going to tell you, so we're on TikTok, and what else are we on? Everything that's going on the internet, Scottie Mcclue pops up. We're on Reddit, Scottie_Mcclue. We're on Twitch, Scottie_Mcclue. Haven't done a lot on Twitch, just starting there as well. Good morning, Scottie and dinky do. What's the topic of conversation today? Darren Macon, we're talking technology today. Thomas Hamilton, hello, pal. Hello, Thomas. What do you call a woman standing between two houses? Go on, Longshanks. Is it appropriate? Hello, Scottie. Morning from Airdrie, says the wonderful Jim Clark. Jim, lovely to have you with us. And Alan Lake's watching. Longshanks is getting everybody up. Marcus G, Return of the Mac. Scottie Mcclue is back. We are back, big style. Fantastic. And we're live on YouTube right now, guys. Come and join us. So, the technology. So they were saying to me, how have you done all this? Because obviously your generation, a lot of them don't really bother. And I thought it was a friend of mine. After we'd launched the radio station 30 years ago, he came round to my flat in the West End of Glasgow one night, rat-tat-tat-tat. And I said, what's to do? And he says, get your jacket, you're coming with me. I said, right, where are we going? He went, you'll find out. I'm taking you to night school. I said, what for? He said, to learn computing. And we went along to one of the big colleges in Glasgow that did a night school, and there were BBC Commodores, cream and red keyboard, is that right? And we learned a little bit about the computer, and I have got a certificate in desktop publishing. Wonderful, fantastic, that came in the door for completing the course. And I said, nah, this computer stuff. I said, do you think? He went, son, this is what we say to each other in Glasgow. Everybody's father and everybody's son. So you'd say to an older man, how father, how are we getting on? How are we getting on the day? And he's not a drop's blood to you, but he's father, you see, and son. And they're not a drop's blood to you, but they're son. Paul O'Hare, hello, dude. How you been, Scotty? Great, Paul. Better for seeing you. Danny McNeil, Kelvin Allen. Scotty, I can't donate £1 on this. Lol, are you on tonight? Kareem, I'm on now. Live on YouTube right now. Come and join us as well. You know the form. So there we are. So it's youtube.com/user/Scottie Mcclue 1. PC or Mac, Scotty? I'm on the PC here. There were no Macs in these days, Tarek. I can't tell you. So there we are. Anyway, let me get this story out. Is this pre-recorded, says A Good Pizza? A Good Pizza, don't be ridiculous. Why would it be why would we pre-record a live stream? Come and join us. So there we are. Dinky Doo, Kareem. Excellent. So Kareem, come and join us on live on the YouTube. Fantastic. Lovely to have you with us. Subscribe, everybody. If you can all subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need subscribers. I've only got, I think it's 2,150 subscribers. So that needs to be up to 20,000. I still have faith that the Facebook pop-ups are bigger than Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. McClue dabs, you see? All that stuff. I thought it was because you don't usually stream at this time. A Good Pizza, this is the first one. We're trying it out to see if people like it. Hello, Scotty, I'm on YouTube now. Kareem, lovely to have you with us. I didn't bring you to YouTube to donate £1. You've been more than generous, so don't feel free that you have to do that. Feel free to not do that. It's lovely to have you with us. Kareem has joined us on YouTube. So, fantastic. This is pre-recorded. Tarek, this is not pre-recorded. This is absolutely live. So there we are. Fantastic. Give us some thumbs up and some hearts. So there we are. Technology is great. What about the downside, Scotty? So like when the staff asked for a raise but were replaced, self-service, we need to be careful. Oh, Darren, we need to be careful. I'll take that out just because you've said a company and it's a kind of fussy company. So there we go. So we'll not have that one. But fantastic. We've been on YouTube Live for 1 hour 28. All right, 1 hour 20, just coming up to 28, 10 seconds, 9, 8 seconds, sorry, 7 seconds, sorry, 6 seconds away. Joseph Dinky Doo. Right, we tweeted this morning, guys, that went up to absolute hundreds and hundreds. It's incredible. So there we are. I'll welcome everybody on Super Chat. Wonderful. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Guys, it's been a wonderful, wonderful morning stream. Has it been enjoyable for you folks? I know I'm asking, but I'm very interested in how it's looking. Scotty, I'm not seeing any messages pop up. That's weird. Or maybe you haven't popped them up. A Good Pizza. Scotty, I'm going to take the dogs to Ayr, Gorge Woodlands soon. Have you been or know it? No, but I'll ask the nation, several nations. Anybody know Gorge Woodlands in Ayr? Are you concerned about artificial intelligence overthrowing humanity, Scotty? No, because artificial intelligence needs to be run by humanity. Chris Beatty's watching. Dinky Doo. Chris, lovely to have you with us, you star. Do you think you could win a street fight, no holds barred, against the Colonel? Oh, for goodness sake, Finley Morris, who would take McClue on? Look at the size of these. Boomf, boomf. Right in first there, end of. Yes, very enjoyable, says Tarek. So there you go. certainly is good stuff. Do we all think this internet thing will catch on, says Joseph Aitken? We'll see, Joseph. I'll see when the numbers go up, if it's caught on or not. We may have to go back to traditional radio. What a radio that would be, eh? No, I think it'd be fine. But, whoa. Remember asking somebody that really knew about the radio industry, pardon me, and I said, do you think Scottie Mcclue's audience would come back on a big radio station at night? He went, instant. There are 250,000. So there we are, fantastic. Do we think this internet thing will catch on? Oh, wow. Very, very enjoyable, says Tarek. Lovely. Are you not roasting in the hat, Scottie? Finlay, I am absolutely roasting in the hat, but I'm not taking it off so that everybody can see that I am as grey as a rat. So it's wonderful. I think, any answers for Kareem on Gorge Woodlands in Ayr? Anybody from Ayrshire watching? Is that your Ayrshire baking? Yes, so I'm absolutely roasting. Absolutely big style. Very much so. More comments, please. We're live on Facebook. And we're live on YouTube. Tremendous stuff. Great morning. Kareem, if you're still with us, it's been a most fantastic morning. So there we are, just getting the word out there, just very gentle, talking to a lot of lovely people. And of course, join us tonight on YouTube Live, 8 o'clock till 10. Get on Scottie Mcclue's YouTube channel, subscribe, and then join us at 8 o'clock till 10. That's what it's all about. That was tongue-in-cheek, Scottie. I have older members of the family who still think the internet's fairly new. Not many people use it. So the point I was making, God bless my friend, sadly my late friend, he's dead now. Died quite young, too many cigarettes. But he was absolutely right, and he became a real computer buff. He really got right into it. Why do you not wear your headphones on the YouTube stream, Scottie? Love this new morning show. Better time for me. Robert Scrimger. I don't need headphones because I'm not listening to people coming back. If we were taking calls, then I would have my headphones on. But where we really win is when I've got a profanity device. Now, that delays the stream so that if you get some wee idiot that says something inappropriate, you just lift it out before it goes out to the public. But that's not censorship. Kareem has just given me £1. Tap the dollar. Kareem, what a lovely, lovely thing to do. Thank you. There we are. You're such a generous man. Kareem has given me pound after pound after pound. It's like he says, I like to pay my entrance fee when I watch Mcclue. And of course, Mcclue is free, but you can buy me a hot chocolate on YouTube. There's a wee something there. Or you can tap the $sign at the top of Super Chat, apparently. I've not seen it. Scottie must go for the mo. Hopefully you're back on tonight. Take care, you all. Joe, it's been great having you with us. Thank you for joining us. What a fabulous first stream. And have a wonderful day, and dinky-doo. Join us tonight, 8 o'clock sharp. Be there or be square, I say. So, ta-ra. Scottie, I enjoyed last night's pop-up, apart from the wee dafties briefly law. A lot of good points discussed. Kareem, that is really growing. That is a fabulous show now, that nighttime show. And I think the mornings will grow as well when the word gets out. It's all to do with sharing, subscribing. You must subscribe, because this is different, guys, to anything else on the internet. Kenny High's watching. What a top man. Lovely to have you with us, Kenny. What Kenny doesn't know about cars is not worth knowing. And fantastic. Kenny, we're doing our first YouTube live stream this morning. And we have had the most beautiful program with the most beautiful people joining us. Sharing is caring, says Joseph. Joseph, sharing is caring. And get this shared. Sharing is caring. We should put that in our next tweets, I say. And guys, if you don't want to stare at Scottie Mcclue's pus, what you can do, if you, my fizzog, sorry, pus is an Edinburgh term. Oh, shout your pus. Shout your pus. Dreadful term, actually. Shocking. Very rude. So if you don't want to stare at my coupon, if you don't want to take a swatch at my coupon all the time, put on Scottie Mcclue's YouTube channel or Scottie Mcclue's Facebook Lives and just go away and do your morning's work. You know, come and join it. It's fantastic. Darren Macon has shared the video. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate it. If everybody can share the videos, that would be wonderful. Sharing is caring. No, last night, Kareem, was outstanding. And of course, it's uploading as we speak. So you should be able to hear it live as we speak. Fantastic stuff. So there we go. And thank you, of course, to all our Facebookers who have joined us. That is brilliant. Scottie, will you be in the garden today with the dog? Oh, Kareem, yes. I've got a little bit of lawn mowing to do. So I don't want to be guilt-tripped. You know, I sometimes guilt-trip myself. You know, I think, well, if you don't do it now, you'll have to do it tomorrow. You know, it's a bit like getting up in the morning. I don't know if anybody gives themselves a row. So you give yourself a couple of warnings. You open your eyes, you think, 6 o'clock, just have another minute. That's lethal. So I've got double alarms. Do, 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 whoa! You know, that sort of idea. And then I say, come on, get up. And then I say, come on, get up, you old fool, I won't tell you again. And I don't want to upset myself, so I do what I'm told, I get up. There we are. So yes, I will be around with the beautiful dog later. Fantastic dog. He's so beautiful. There we are. He's nearly 14. Oh, stop. Just the most beautiful spirit. What do you do when you just appreciate such a beautiful spirit? And that spirit is getting older. Oh, fantastic. Wonderful stuff. I'm so glad everybody's joined us here on Facebook. That's tremendous. And don't forget, we're live streaming a lot at the moment. Now, all this can change. You know, in a heartbeat, we may go on to other platforms as well. If you can follow me at TikTok, that will increase my chances of live streaming on TikTok. Tremendous. I still have a small section of the fence to paint in the garden, lol. I paint rooms also during the holidays. Fantastic, Kareem. Yeah, and you end up with a little bit more white in your hair than you had. Of course, you've got a very smart haircut. You've got good dark hair, Kareem. So you're just a young chap. McClue's going salt and pepper here on the old beard. Wonderful. Wonderful. Fred Walton has joined us from, you're in Manchester, Fred, is that right? Are you in Manchester? Have I got that right? One of my dear old friends on Facebook for many, many years who likes a bit of argy-bargy. And Fred, they tell me you're streaming yourself. Now, I love that. That's what it's all about. Good for you. So Kareem says, I still have a small section of the fence to paint in the garden. I paint rooms also during the holidays. So there we are. Tremendous stuff. We like this. Everybody's coming and joining us. Heather McMath, welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you with us. Can we have lots and lots of sharing, please? Everybody share. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 about Scottie Mcclue live. Can I have lots of likes and hearts? Very, very important. And let's get these numbers up now. Let's do a bit more sharing. Find out what is what. I'll find you lot on Facebook and just check what you're up to there. So wonderful. Yes, there's always a small section to do, Kareem, but do you take your time? Do you do it beautifully? Do you stir and stir and stir the paint with a wee stick? Get it all just right. And then a nice full brush. Just go with the grain back and forward. Lovely. Up and down with the grain. Lovely. My father taught me to paint macaroni pie or curry pie, Scottie. Always very difficult. Longshanks, you're a terrible one for challenging me. You know, I mean, it's very difficult to know. David Distance joined us. Dinky do, David. I like both. It depends what mood you're in for a curry pie. Does anybody like, we asked this the other night, does anybody like a cold pie? A cold mutton pie. The word mutton sounds a bit strange. If you go to Greece, they love mutton and rice. Very big dish over there. So there in Greece, the food is beautiful. The Greeks are superb cooks. Into the little taverna, and there they're cooking themselves for you. It's a bit like the old Scottish cafe. There we are, very often run by Italian people. Beautiful. You could go in and get a full breakfast or an ice cream, anything you like. In the days when people smoked, they could go in and buy fags. Just everything. The cafe had the lot. Ice drink. Did anybody used to have an iced drink? It was lemonade or cream soda with a scoop of ice cream floating in it. An ice cream soda. Anybody ever have one of these? I had to fix my window. It was leaking slightly. So I had to tighten the joints and put new sealant around the window. What an experience. Kareem, you're a great man. You're an example to us all. That's fantastic. I've got so much to do round the house. And here I am enjoying popping up, talking to the world and live stream. Alan Collins, Dinky Doo, lovely to have you with us. And a very, very warm welcome to our live stream. We're just having a bit of the old Dinky Doo. Fantastic. Live streams change, though, on one platform. I'll not mention the platform, but on one of the platforms, I've noticed that when you become successful, you go down in numbers because they feel you've had enough. Do you know, it's that sort of stuff. You've had enough exposure. Now there's other stuff they'll put up before you. So that's not the best model for us when we're building streams. But I've had some fantastic streams. I mean, one of the streams, there were 30,000 watched one of the streams. You'll see the little figures at the bottom. So there we are. Yes, but I think there's a lot of that DIY stuff you can come. The only thing is watch the cars, because when I've done DIY on the car, I go to my favorite garage who have looked after me for years, and they say to me, what have you touched? And I've got to fess up and say, well, I adjusted that. You shouldn't touch that at all. That's your fuel mixture. That's why it's got, I said, I had to get an Allen key. That's why it's got an Allen key on it, to stop people like you touching it, Scotty. Do you understand? Oh, a wee lecture off the boss at the garage. Anybody else a wee bit scared of getting a lecture when they take the car in if they've had a go themselves? Anybody scared of getting a lecture off the barber if you've had a wee go at doing your hair yourself? Who cut this? But I have a good one for my barber. If they say to me, who did this to you? I say, you did about 4 weeks ago. Do you not remember? Oh, aye. I was just thinking it was very smart. Had a nice line, a nice shape to it. We love all that. If you've just joined us, a very warm welcome. If you're wondering what on earth's going on, you're watching Scottie Mcclue, and we're live on YouTube and Facebook Live, just for you, Dinky Doo. What kind of car do you drive, Scotty? Says Longshanks. I've been with the same car company for 25 years, Longshanks, and I've had 4 of their products. Yes, I've now had 4 of their products in 25 years. So there we are, the same car company. I have 2 cars. One of them's not running at the moment. So one is 20 years old and the other is 28 years old. Just had its 28th birthday. So there you are, Longshanks. So as you see, I like to drive a newish car. There we are. Fantastic. And my friend has got a car that is 86 years old. He drives it regularly. So there you are, 86 years. Fantastic. I see him. I hear it coming. It's got a lovely chatter to, and he goes, doot, doot. He gives me a wave. Doot, doot. Hey! 86-year-old car, and it's fantastic. It's beautiful. Absolutely everything works. There we go, Michael Yule. So how many of you have stuck with the same car manufacturer for 25 years and had 4 of their products? Excellent stuff. Now then, and some of them were pretty big beasts, I tell you that, because you could almost move house in them. One of them was very big, but it wasn't actually 6 foot in the back. I couldn't sleep in the back when I had to go to another radio station. There you are. Rob White, Michael Yule. Fantastic. You see, Longshanks, when I had to go to another radio station, usually your first night was spent in the back of the car with a dog. There were, and one of the best cars for sleeping in was an Austin Maxi I had. That was about 35 years ago. So there we are, an Austin Maxi. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And there are, I can't believe the time. Dave Anderson's just joined us. Dinky Doo, Dave. Lovely to have you with us, you top man. Fantastic. A great star. Fantastic. So, yes, you have to do all these things, Kareem. You have to fix these up. Guys, if you've just joined us and you're wondering what on earth's going on, you're watching Scottie Mcclue live streaming on Facebook Live, and we're live on YouTube right now. And the date, so that you know it's live, is the 25th of June. All right, and the time is 11:46 on the 25th of June, 2020. And in no time at all, this will be about a year old. Well, not no time at all, a year. Fantastic. Lovely to have everybody on here. So if you've just joined us, then a very, very warm welcome. I can't believe we've only got about another 10, 12 minutes to go. This has been a 2-hour broadcast on YouTube. Live stream, sorry, old habits die hard, calling it a broadcast. 2 hour on YouTube and 1 hour on Facebook Live. So lovely to have you with us. Dinky Doo, spread the word. Tell 10 to tell 10 and come and join us on YouTube. So there we are, youtube.com/user/Scottie Mcclue 1. So youtube.com/ you put in the word user, USER/ Scottie Mcclue 1. Tremendous. Come and join us. Wonderful. So it's all these URLs, isn't it? And on Facebook, you're watching on facebook.com/Scottie.Mcclue.9. And can everybody shave? Robert T. Kerr, good morning. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome, 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 I say, to Scottie Mcclue Live. This is the big one. It's wonderful. And join us at night. Remember, we're on live every night on YouTube from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock. And if you can go to Scottie Mcclue's YouTube channel and subscribe. So that's youtube.com/user/Scottie Mcclue 1 and click subscribe. It's absolutely free. It's a strange word to subscribe because there's no money needs to change hands at all. You're just subscribing to it. And this is different to anything else on the web, I can tell you. So there we are. So Kareem, you have the most fantastic day when you're down there, I say. Robert, lovely to have you with us. I hope you are well. Tremendous stuff. Can I say that this is the first YouTube Live morning one that we've done, and it's just been an absolute joy and a privilege to be with you all. Tremendous. A uniform resource locator. There we go. Tell us more about that, Robert T. Kerr. What is that? There we go. What is that? Uniform resource locator. You've lost us there. URL. URL. So we use URL all the time, but I've never heard anybody call it a uniform resource locator. Fantastic. And of course, the exact code. I mean, the technology is fantastic and it will get better. I was streaming on YouTube, or trying to, when you needed all sorts of palaver to actually get on. You needed codes and everything. And now, of course, it's much, much simpler. Scottie, I'll say good day. I'll speak to you tonight at 8 o'clock. Sharing is caring. Kareem, have a beautiful day. Stay fabulous. Take care of your dear self. You're a great guy, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If they ever did, you refer them directly to Mcclue. We will sort them out. We will fill them in, as they say. Fill them in, give them the detail. Yes, so good day to Kareem. Everybody say bye to Kareem. Fantastic. The wonderful Louise Arrell's watching, one of our finest photographers, a fine young photographer in Dumbartonshire. There was Helensburgh Louise. So there you are. So look out for Louise Arrell. There's one for the future. I tell you, massive photography. Tremendous. And a very, very nice lady, because she has said very nice things about Scottie Mcclue's live stream. The wonderful JP's watching. Good morning, JP. Great to have you with us. Dinky Doo. Perhaps the finest broadcaster on the planet. So there you are. Although Scottie Mcclue is the world's top broadcaster, then I think, JP, you are the world's finest broadcaster. Very, very, very big talent. Tremendous. So excellent stuff. Lovely to have you with us, of course, and I hope all's well with you. That's all I'm saying. So there you are, JP. So that's what's happening. We've got so many different accents here. Scottie, I'll talk more tonight about it. I've received bad news. A former pupil who's 19 committed suicide yesterday. He took his life, Kareem. Yes, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's always a tragic thing. And I wish the young people would come and talk to us on here. I wish we could encourage them to talk to us on here. And because I've had people over the years that were at the edge, and we've managed to pull them back from the edge. We've managed to bring them back from the edge. So there we are, but it's always a challenge. So sorry, La, but you take great care of yourself, Kareem, and thank you for everything you do, and everything you do for our young people. Very, very much appreciated. So Dinky Doo, that's Kareem. There we are. JP, fantastic. Lovely to have you with us. So early morning pop-up this morning, Jewel streaming. We're streaming on YouTube right now. We are live. I know some of you think, oh, is this a recording? I'm not watching that. No, we're live. And in fact, sometimes I wonder about putting up the watch parties, because people think, oh, it'll be a watch party. They then think when you're live, it's a watch party. Nikki McHugh, good morning, Scottie. Good morning to the wonderful Nikki McHugh. Thank you for joining us. Always lovely to have you with us, Nikki. And Dinky Doo from Scottie Mcclue, I say to you. David McMillan's joined us. Morning, David. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome. So yes, Kareem, we'll touch on these things tonight. Obviously, we'll not mention particular names and things like that, but we will talk about that later tonight as well, because it's been a tough gig for a lot of our young people. Tough gig for everyone. You know, let's face it. The lockdown has been a very tough gig. And so many of you have done wonderful things. So we'll have a chat with Kareem at night. Fantastic. And so there's David McMillan. That is brilliant. Wonderful, wonderful. So what we used to do, guys, we live streamed on Facebook every morning, 10 o'clock sharp, and we did 30 of these. I've now moved it on to YouTube. And obviously one platform doesn't really like to promote another, but I've moved it on to YouTube, and you can catch me there, youtube.com/user/Scottie Mcclue 1. Give it a try, but it's most important that you watch some of our podcasts. So we're podcasting live, and then that gets uploaded onto YouTube, and you can listen to the podcast. Now, rather than have to sit and look at me, because I know how tough that must be, then what you can do is set it going on YouTube and just go about your business and listen to me as if Scottie Mcclue was live on radio just for you. Dinky Doo. That's what it's all about. Fantastic. Right. I think it's time to push off. Fantastic. We've got about 5 minutes left here, so I think it's time to push off. And I'll say Dinky Doo to every single one of you. Guys, have a great day.
Stay fabulous. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Remember, there's always sunshine round the corner. Please, please, if you're a bit down or depressed, get a bit of help to come back. You know, that's the most important thing, because it's heartbreaking when somebody just thinks they can't take anymore. Remember that challenges, cerebral challenges, mental illness, it's not a weakness. It's a result of staying strong for far too long. And you're just needing a hand. You're needing a help. You're needing to share stuff with people. We can do that on here. Wonderful. Tom MacArthur's watching. Morning, Tom. Robert T. Kerr, click the notification bell on Scottie Mcclue's channel for updates on live and new videos. Robert T. Kerr, what a lovely person you are. Thank you for telling everybody that. Guys, if we can all tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10, the word will get out there and we can build our streams a lot faster, a lot quicker, and get everybody on for the chit-chat, because I know you're out there and it's just a question of letting you know. Paul O'Hare says, see you tonight, Scottie. See you tonight, Paul. And dinky do. Right, guys, I'll sing you the goodbye song. Are we ready? Goodbye, everybody, goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, and a cheerio. Ta-ra, my lads. Bless you all. Have a lovely day. Join me tonight at 8 o'clock sharp on YouTube, just for you. Dinky-doo.